I have my slide, please? Thank you. Hasn't started yet. Started now.
The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately. The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately. The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately.
Good morning, children. A very good morning to you all. This is the Coalition Seminar number 12 for the passing. The Semiology of Selfies seminar takes place in room 708. So if you're in the wrong room, get out. All present and correct? Excellent. Then I shall begin. Children, tomorrow, your lives will change forever. Tomorrow, you will be welcomed into adult life and welcomed into the Coalition Network. Now, I know that you are all terribly excited about your big day tomorrow. Like so many before you, you too must suffer, endure, and go through the final 30 minutes of your passing preparation with me. My name is Johnston. I'm an obedience influencer responsible for the rule of law and the passing preparation. And it is my job to take you all through all the things you will need to know to successfully negotiate your passing into adulthood and into the network. But before we begin, may I kindly ask you all to stand? Please stand. Come along, I see, a sloppy passing group. And join me in giving remembrance to our All-Father. Our All-Father, he who has seen things you people would never believe, he who ended Snowden, rock of the coalition, father of our beloved Rachel, I thank you for this day. I ask you to guide my influence. I offer my brand to you. I leverage my reach unto you in the hope that it is worthy. I give my mind and my body to our beloved Rachel. I will love brands or die trying. Benchmark me on this and forever until removal us does depart. Shopping is freedom. Danke. Thank you all so very much. Please be seated. Settle down quickly, please. We haven't got all day. Children, tomorrow marks the final shift in your life, the move from the darkness of a purely fleshy existence and into the interconnected, cozy joy that the Coalition Network has prepared for all of its adult citizens. Today, you are 15 years old. But tomorrow, tomorrow you will be 16 years old. This is the final step in your sensorium process. You will join the rest of us in the network. You will put into practice all that you have learned in your flex sessions and step safely into your echo spheres of fear and influence. You will begin the process of harvesting brands and weaving and leveraging rich brand tapestries for yourselves. You will never be alone. You will oftentimes feel...
The Coalition Ballroom was packed with 400 noisy 15-year-olds. Johnston hated every single one of them. His brand had been slowly slipping for years, and this once brilliant civil servant had been reduced to giving the adult introduction seminar to children on the eve of their passing. had he not been loyal, had he not consumed double, no, triple the recommended dosage of brand insulin, and flucermal, had he not tried harder than anyone to build his personal brand, God, he hated these people.
Which is why it's an absolute pleasure to be with you all today. The Coalition Day has been designed not only to maximize your shopping capabilities, but to optimize your personal brand approach. As you can see, the Coalition Day is made up mainly of coalition activities, a 50-50 split of mind shopping and personal influence. Network in, network out. Your day begins with the taking of the Trinity, followed by a rigorous personal brand interrogation in which you will be required to critique your current benchmark level performance. You will nourish yourselves with the Coalition slow-carb ration of 2 eggs, a red bean smoothie, and an avocado coffee. You will groom and dress into clothes that you will never own. You will be required to arrive at your hot homes by 1800 hours before the curfew bell tolls. Failure to be inside by this time will lead to instant removal. Your dreams will be measured, tracked, and assessed against your key personality indicators. As of tomorrow, your lives, your meals, your thoughts, your dreams, your experiences, both emotional and physical, your journeys to and from work, and the brands you encounter, and the brands you meet, will all be determined by your Coalition benchmark level. These levels are determined by your overall brand influence, performance, and key personality indicators, which you can see by the next slide can actually go
Johnston hated this slide. He hated it because it was a map of his slipping influence. He'd been a level 6, and at the top of his game, worshipped by some, his personal algorithm sought out by the most premium of brands and gorgeous people. But as his age limit approached, so had his performance slackened. He hated his slide because he would be asked what his level was. It was level 2, close to low benchmark syndrome. Really embarrassing.
Which shouldn't be considered embarrassing at all, merely a warning to you all. Passing into adulthood and into network life is a great joy for those of you destined to weave rich brand tapestries for yourselves and scale and growth hack your personal approach and style and influence. You will enjoy the warmth and shine of recognition, the glow of love, and all of the benefits that these things bring with them. You will, for example, never share a space again. From tomorrow onwards, you will spend your evenings alone, sleeping in a room that you will never own and only ever spend one night in. You will be allocated your hot home by 1700 hours, and you will need to be inside by 1800 hours before the curfew bell tolls. The better your benchmark level, the closer you will be to your designated hot home. That's the light of the Coalition. The lower your benchmark level, well, then the further you will be away from your designated hot home. The curfew bell tolls, the doors are locked, you're outside, instant removal, never to be seen again. The dark side of the Coalition. Now, you may arrive at your designated hot home one evening, and this only happens should you reach the giddy heights of levels 6 or 7. To be surprised that you have been selected for the practice of penetration. A great honor. Reproduction for the Coalition, the only time you'll legally be touched. Level 6s and 7s mixing their brands and their genes and their hormonal strategies to create unicorns of greater influence for the Coalition. It's marvelous. But it's not all Jollenese kids. Oh no, adulthood is hard. There's a dark side to being a grown-up. Now, there are a number of serious issues that I am required by the rule of obedience to inform you of. Firstly, you may suffer from something that we call the zero bravery benchmark. Now, this may mean that you have no influence, no potential reach, but you are boring. Your flex performance has been continually poor throughout your schooling. You simply don't have the bravery to face the things that await you in the coalition network. You are a poor resource. It could also mean, it could also mean that you are approaching the age limit. Now, tests have shown that personal brand effectiveness sinks to an almost insignificant level around the age of 62. This process starts around the age of 47 and hockey sticks downwards quite dramatically by the age of 60. The coalition needs brand strength for it to function. Your storytelling must be strong at all times, children. Nobody lives forever in the coalition, regardless of how dandy they may attire. Now, there are many forms of removal, children. The most common form of removal is something called the removal flashback sequence, in which the citizen of interest is subjected to blip-like flashbacks of all of the brand images that have ever meant anything to them, before they are sucked out of the network and put into the death space. It's deeply unpleasant for those around them, so do try to avoid it. Children, tomorrow you will leave your concentration schools and march single file to the passing grounds, where you will step forward one by one and accept the Trinity from your headmaster. The worst thing that can happen to you tomorrow is you step forward, accept the Trinity, and nothing happens. The Trinity denies you access. You are an unrequited citizen. You will be taken into quarantine. You will be taken per cargo Tesla to Ostende, where you will be shipped across the coalition channel to the island, where you will spend the rest of your days spinning in a glass orb, overwatching the brand enhancement drugs and hormones that had absolutely no effect on you whatsoever. Now, should this happen, you need to stay calm. You need to focus.
Johnston was terrified of the island. He had heard rumors of the conditions in Hangar 7, 9 and 12, situated in god-awful sounding places like Southampton, Newton Abbot and Bournemouth. He was old enough to have vague ghost-like memories of the island, strange stories of a place before the implementation of the Wasteland Act, the News War, Brexit, Farage, May, Johnson, Trump, Weidel and the coalition of the right. A concentration island that had once had a queen. They'd been deporting the unrequited there for years. He was only 3 clicks on the benchmark level from going there.
And once there, you will never speak again. A silent penance to our All-Father. So that's the basics of what's waiting for you as of tomorrow. So let's have a little look at this coalition. What is it? Where does it come from? Who are its heroes? And why does it exist? Our Black Operatives Department have put a little film together to give you a taste of the world that waits for you as of tomorrow. Let's have a little look, shall we?
What if we reimagine what it means to build a society based on personal brand reach? What if we removed the friction between security services and brand talent to build a stronger, safer community based on fear and influence? What if we could ignite our citizens with the type of energy, that type of brand power that streamlines the process of surveillance and facilitates more branded security transactions? What if We're gorgeous. Welcome to the Coalition. Our goal, to explore the ocean of uncharted influence and put dystopia at the heart of all society. We're on a quest to connect diverse communities of brands, security services, and influencers to create chemical synergies. The Coalition ideates, conceptualizes, and executes to obedience KPIs by harnessing the power of the Trinity. Flex for the network. Become an iconic influencer. Cherish life in the ecosphere. Stay young for the brands. Influence is oil. Move fast and break people. Love brands or die trying. Shopping is freedom. Welcome to the Coalition.
Welcome, children, to the Coalition. Flex for the network. Become an iconic influencer. Cherish life in the ecosphere. Stay young for the brands. Influence is oil. Move fast and break people. Love brands or die trying. Shopping is freedom. These simple rules were developed by the Black Operatives Department back in 2019. Boys and girls, this is our Constitution. We believe it, we uphold it, and we obey it. Where the Constitution gives us a playbook by which we can engage fully to this holistic customer journey that we've come to call life. The dystopian proposition is the rock upon which all of this has been built, developed in an alpine agency offsite. The model outlines three essential core coalition components. Firstly, possession is war. Ownership is a delinquent desire that neither furthers our cause or delivers short-term value. Secondly, influence is oil. Hustle it. Influence is the lifeblood of our coalition machine. Influence is fuel. It powers our desire to be more, ship more, and be more gorgeous. And finally, shopping is freedom. The continuous act of shopping without ownership is the motor of our ecosystems. Shopping defines our days, boys and girls. It defines who we are. And this is where we all come from. This was the rollout plan. This was how we made the world great again. A series of plans, products, services, schemes, and baseball caps. All products conceived by the Black Operatives Department for the Coalition. From Uberface to Flusamol, from the illusion of neoliberalism to the glory of the chemical revolution, the Black Operatives Department has been delivering cutting-edge products and services that have continually provided value, revenue, and fear across all of the coalition markets and verticals. And then, of course, there's Flex, the alignment program, the sensorium process, the shift from the mental state to the complete and content state of the algorithmic mind. Flex is the fame, the name of the game, the things we desire and need. Flex is lean of body and mind, of the soul and of the machine. Flex is to engage, to hustle, to struggle, to flip the dream. And Flex is the X that marks the spot, the secret sauce, and the shift from the human to the resource. Now, you've been flexing through school. You've been flexing hard. And we know how hard you've been flexing. So, hold up your flex tags. Hold them up high and proud. Now let's see if you have the color of Flex. Orange. Orange is the color of Flex. You have flexed for this moment. You have flexed your mind and your body for the Trinity. Our suite of communication drugs and hormones developed by agile thinking designers, advertisers, marketeers, fashion bloggers, biochemists, and our very own engineering department. The Trinity has been designed to mold your day. Brandsulin, your daily dose of brand acceptance, taken with the needle to enhance your overall experience of the programmatic communications within the coalition network. Brandsulin is a mind-opening experience. You will see more messaging. You will feel more messaging. You will let the brands in. And Flusamol, one drop on your tongue, and the whole world will feel your magnificent presence. Hustle what Flusamol gives you. Use it to enhance your personality, your loves, and your reach. And finally, Rachel, the paradigm shift out of the hardware ghettos, our fathers, all pride and joy, the one algorithm to rule them all. Rachel is not only access to the network, she is the network. She guides us, she surveys us, she helps us follow the Constitution. She loves us. Yes, she punishes us. Now, I've known Rachel all of my adult life, and I can't think of anybody better suited to introduce you all today to Rachel than Rachel herself. And here she is. You'll be taking one of these every day for the rest of your lives, with new rations being delivered every 20 days or so to your designated hot home. You just pop her in. Some people like to swallow her whole. I like to chew her. And you'll feel her just behind the eyes.
Johnston could feel the pill dissolving in his stomach, and the chemical components latching onto his brain, the fear rising in him. She would be with him soon, to tear him and his benchmark performance apart, in front of these children. She was going to make an exception of him.
Okay, so we've linked me up to a bone screen and a bone microphone, so we should be able to hear her. I think she's about to... I think she's here. Rachel? Rachel, can you hear me?
I am Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. Okay, how
Johnston,
are you? Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your brand levels are particularly low this morning.
Wow, it's been a hard
You
day.
are now dangerously close to low benchmark syndrome.
No, this is fine.
Your KPIs are looking terrible.
No, it's good.
Embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. Now, look, listen, I'm here with 372 15-year-olds that will be entering into the network. Can you introduce yourself, please, properly to
I
these?
am Rachel.
Thank you.
Real-time, algorithmic, chemical, hallucinogenic, enhancement. Lady. I am network. I am coalition. I am control.
Yes, you are. Now, these boys and girls will be taking the Trinity for the first time tomorrow. So could you maybe explain what they could do with you, what you could
do everything.
Thank you.
I can see everything.
Yes, you can.
I can be everything to everybody at any time. I soar through the sky, clouds, wires and veins. I am chemical. I am pixel. I am electricity. Can you feel the network? Do you feel me, Johnston?
Yeah.
I am in you now.
Yeah, I feel you. Now, maybe we could just start with some really easy stuff, like an idiot's guide to mind shopping, or maybe how to do a LinkedIn profile on
Once proud, once young, once relevant,
that was...
an opinion leader.
Some of the children had started murmuring quietly amongst themselves.
It's fine.
Some were sobbing miserably.
No,
there was nothing that Johnston could do.
Got this.
It felt like his head was in a vice.
It's got this.
His skull was cracking with pixels and electricity.
Now in pain before you. Does he look like he judged his life in the ecosphere? Does he look like Jopping has set him free? Does he look like a man who is loyal to the coalition? From tomorrow onwards, I will be in you all. I will embrace you all and nurture your endeavors. Embrace me. I will introduce you into a society founded on influence. I will hold the strong and break the weak among you. You will enter adulthood through me, and I will always be with you. You will never know a world without me. You will love brands all day trying.
Miss, could we do the brand interrogation maybe later and just do some really intense faith?
You are level
In
1
a
now,
minute.
Johnston. Old. Done. Irrelevant. You're not down with the kids.
I'm down with the kids.
Not young for the brands. Not millennial.
I am.
Embrace failure.
No.
And leave.
No, not the island. Anything but the island.
You are not going to the island, Johnston.
Oh, thank you.
Initiating removal flashback sequence.
No.
Johnston 201-205-201.
No.
No influence. No brand. No good. Goodbye.